Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hello, mate. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, everything is fine.
Cool. Just let a few more people come in. Hey, welcome, guys. We're just going to give it a couple of minutes, let a few people come in. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm host now. Well, co-host, rather.
Okay.
Cool. Here's Jan. Hello, mate. Yeah, a couple of minutes, guys. We'll just let a few more people come in and then start off and open up for questions. Yeah, I'll start us off in a little bit, guys. Just let a couple more people join. But essentially, it's just going to be a little bit of progress report as usual at the start, and then we'll open up into questions just regarding development and regarding everything else to do with Kounotori. But as always, it's good to see everyone here. Um, and oh, we got Yoan in here as well. Hello, bud.
Hello.
Mate. How's it going?
Oh, good.
Right. Well, it's been about 6 minutes. I think we can start off, and obviously we're recording.
Yeah.
People come back to it, can't they? So yeah, just a bit of a progress report. Obviously, anyone who's paying close attention to the market can see once again we're having a bit of a rocky week in the market as a whole. You know, we're looking at a volatility and dealing with following Bitcoin and Ethereum. Obviously, that's something we have to deal with as a native token, and obviously, it's something we're having to deal with when allocating funds and foreseeing how we manage things going forward. I think, obviously, like most people, long term, we have a lot of faith in cryptocurrency and where it's going and the revolutionary aspects of it. It's just having to account for any worst case scenarios or anything like that in the short term, and that's part of what we've been looking into and been in talks with Tech Alchemy regarding that and how we deal with that foreseeable outcome if things don't improve in the whole market. Now, hopefully that won't be the case, but it's important that we have to account for these scenarios going forward. But essentially, what we've been doing this week is we've had HMRC approve our company, and that's all good stuff. It was quite frustrating being held up by that because it's something that's completely out of our control. And then following that, we've obviously been setting up bank details and been looking into that. We're in the final process of that. It's quite complicated because we're a financial business setting up, so the questions and things involved are quite rigorous for the UK banks. Apologies, got a cough. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing this week. Obviously, we've also been on the lookout for potential partners regarding the exchange. Again, because of the state of cryptocurrency in the market overall, it's been tough finding legitimate new startups within this type of market. And we have talked to people, but it's tricky. A lot of the new projects that are setting out in this sort of market are struggling to go beyond sort of 250 to 300 market cap. It's a real tough time in crypto. I think it really shows the strength of what we're doing and how we've held up and how we've gone about things. And as I've said before, the fact that people are watching what we're doing, people like what we're doing, the way we've gone about setting all this up and trying to be as transparent as possible. I mean, we're having this weekly MA. I think what's important to think about is you look at other projects that launched at the same time we did, and then think about where we are and how far we've come from that point. It really is a credit to us, to ourselves, and to you guys, and to the community, and to everyone involved in KTO, that within a market like this we can hold our own. I think it's really good stuff. And Tech Alchemy, that's something that we've spoken to them about, and they're obviously invested. They obviously care about Kounotori and where it's going. We've spoken to them in the past, and they've got their own interests in where it's going, and they're quite happy to help out in any way that they can for foreseeable development in a really rocky market, which is something we're seeing currently. So that's obviously something we're discussing with them also. Accounting for worst case scenarios. It's important that we do that. Hopefully, it won't be the case, but just having a plan in place that's in the best interests of the investors and in the future of the project, so that we can continue development and and continue to progress with the project. But yeah, I think that's a bit of a progress report. As I say, it's been frustrating, obviously, state of the market and being held up by forces outside of our control to do with incorporation and setting up things so that we can finally kick stuff off. But we are getting there. We are so close to getting it sorted. It's just one of them things, and I think what's important to remember, and I know it's quite cliched to say these things. I know a lot of cryptocurrencies say these things, but anyone who can look at what we're doing and what we're building can see, and how we've gone about it, and how we stuck around, and how we do these weekly AMAs, and the community involved, the backing we have. I think it's clear to see that this thing has legs, and once we're able to push forward with development, and once we see any kind of uptick in the market, because it's not just our token that's suffering, it's the whole of the market. A lot of people are just watching and waiting, trying to buy the bottom, and that's that general uncertainty you're seeing in the entire market. So yeah, I sorry, it's a bit of a tirade, but all I'm trying to say is, guys, we're still working, we're still cracking on with things. We're very close to finally kicking off development. But obviously we have to account for if the market continues to deteriorate. And obviously we're going to keep you guys clued in with what's going on. So yeah, I think that's about it. If anyone wants to jump in and add to what I've said, that's cool. Oh,
You okay?
oh, do you know what? I've got a terrible cold at the minute. I've had when I went to visit my nephews and nieces last week, they were spluttering and sniffing all over me, and I knew I was going to get cold.
Yeah, I'm going through exactly the same stuff. I was visiting my mate with my kid, and he caught it, and I caught it from my kid, and I'm feeling like shit too. So we're in this together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to explain one important thing, because I think a lot of people doesn't understand why we go down if market is down. So the thing is that our liquidity is in Ethereum, right? So if Ethereum is going down, our liquidity is getting smaller, so our market cap is getting smaller. So every time Ethereum is going down, we basically go down too. So the fact that we are holding that 2.8 or 2.3 million fully diluted market cap is for so long, it's really great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because I think Ethereum dumped from like 2.5 to we have like 1,600 today. So it's a big loss, and we are just holding fine.
Absolutely. And as I said earlier, compared to similar projects in a similar sort of price range and market cap, we are holding well. And as I say, we are putting together plans for if things get worse, which I think is something that is overlooked by most projects in our scenario. But as you know, if you've been present to these AMAs and spoken with us personally, and have been around for any amount of time and looked at the projects and understand what we're doing, we are in it for the long term. It's a long-term project. And like you guys, we're invested in seeing this thing through and seeing passive income become reality, and then going beyond that, and seeing where Kounotori can go beyond the centralized exchange and beyond this. So it's tough times, but we have to remember the goal, the end game, and where this thing's going and how far we can take it. The potential for growth is enormous, as you may have seen, on the back of other projects. But I think the way we're doing this and the way we're setting it out and trying to be as earnest with you guys as possible, and the amount of community support and backing that we've had, it's unique. It's something different. It's something, and that's what a lot of people who are new to KTO always say, and will personally, they'll message me personally and say, this is this feels different. This is interesting. So yeah, I mean, my little spiel over. I don't know if Johan wants to say anything, but if not, we'll probably open up to questions.
No, I just want to say that I agree with everything that you said and the explanation Adrian provided. And like for Rio, seeing Ethereum drop so hard and we're just maintaining pretty much the same price, that shows a lot. Because if right now Ethereum was to go back up, we're going to go back up quite a bit more than where we were when Ethereum was at 2.5K.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow the market back up. Okay. Well, like I say, if anyone wants to jump on VC and ask any questions, that's cool. Or we'll have a look for some questions on
why?
Discord. Why?
That's my question. Why?
Why? Well, I don't know, man.
That's a terrible response. You might have to give me a minute to find my headphones.
You all right? Ooh, gosh. Hang on, let me have a look.
And he's gone. He's not gonna come back.
I'm just sorry. I've just been asked to read through general chat, so I'm just quickly trying to understand what the question is. You have to excuse me. I'm on my phone, so. It's not important to address, but it's just a small question.
How about have we already talked about the company forming? Could we talk a bit about that, perhaps?
I've spoken that's been formed and that's done. We're just in the last process of setting up the bank account details and getting that all sorted.
Yeah, but that's boring. What you want to do now is talk about
exactly. Yeah,
interesting. Exactly. So what you want to say and tell our lovely community is something like, now that we've formed a company, we might move to have a physical front, which means if at any point you're upset, you can come and tell us that we're cunts to our faces. You know? There's a benefit.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, initially, obviously that's something that's going to be coming. That's not something that's going to be immediately effective as soon as we set things up. At the minute, it's just a basis to get things paid off and get things sorted. But obviously, as we continue to progress and continue to move forward to development, that's definitely what we're setting up, is a proper business structure and a proper having the feedback and having the people there to deal with admin on the back of the centralized exchange and this and the other. This is all stuff that we're currently looking into also.
Now, an important question to ask, I guess, is have we got a desired location yet? Have we decided on that?
I think we spoke about it in the last AMA, and as Adrian's saying, it has to be a place that suits all of us. So we're still looking into it. Obviously, the immediate thing is just getting the ball rolling and getting development started at the minute. So obviously that's just been the main focus. But yeah, definitely that's definitely the next stage after that, is looking into all this. Cat is brutal. He is brutal, but he's great. I love him.
Oh, fuck him out. You got a problem with that? Huh? Better not have a problem with that. Yeah, I think I've got a mic I can use. It's one of those old PS4 ones. This is going to be great.
How you doing? What are you doing, man? You're texting.
Sorry, who, me?
Oh gosh.
I wasn't following, sorry.
Oh no. I was just saying that you've typed answer.
Yeah, I prefer to, write it down on Discord so
that's
everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah, even the people who are not in the email at the moment.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm just saying you're writing it down so even people who are not in the spaces at the moment can see it later.
Yeah, because there was quite a bit of misunderstanding happened on Discord, so I just wanted to explain it there. Yeah, so basically we all hope that, Ethereum is gonna go back to, I don't know, at least 2000 soon, because we like I said on Discord, it's not an easy decision to sell Ethereum at 1.6K. It's like we don't think it's a wise idea to sell at that price.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing. I think, given that everything's tied into Ethereum with our marketing funds, that is the drawback. It's good in a lot of ways, but unfortunately, yeah, as Adrian's saying, you do have to make these tough calls. And when the market's rocky as it is now, it seems a shame to do that. But so obviously we'd love to see an uptick in the market, but we are working out contingency plans to deal with tech alchemy in the outcome if that doesn't happen. As I said, they are interested in working with us and working together with us to see this through and make sure things work. They are, as investors, we are in seeing this thing succeed. So on the back of that, we're having meetings and we're discussing, worst case scenario plans and where we go from there. If that occurs, if the market doesn't improve, if the market does improve, it gives us a hell of a lot more breathing room. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, we'd love to hear from Buck as well. But yeah, he's as Johan says, he's dev light by his choice.
I wanted to add on to what I think we're probably going to do or aim for when Ethereum does go back up. If we're going to do a sell of any kind, the best thing that we could do is, we've got quite a decent amount at this point. We could make a good, steady reserve of USDT. Is that it? Yeah. So assuming if we're going to sell at any point, it's probably going to be around 3K. So
yeah.
If. Keyword if.
Let's see. Have we got any more questions on QA? Oh, I should check Telegram as well.
No, I don't think we have any questions really. Not on Discord.
Does anyone want to jump in on VC and perhaps ask a question? Oh God, my throat.
I can throw some questions out just off the top of my head.
Yeah, go for it.
There's my role to think like a community member. God damn, I mix my words up so often. I'm fucking stupid. I think people are curious about the potential partnerships that we might have. So, just between the boys, do we have any people that we would like to work with, and then any people that we might work with? What do we think?
Well, I mean, as I was saying earlier, that's something we're doing currently, and we're looking at new projects that are coming out, and we have spoken to other projects in the past. We've got to be a little bit careful because we obviously don't want to endorse something that's doesn't turn out to be legitimate. But we are doing our research and we are looking into it. The big problem we have at the minute, as I was saying earlier, is that at the current state of the market, you're struggling to see legitimate launches. We are, as I say, we're obviously as prior investors, we're keeping a little bit of an eye on the market in general and similar cap coins. But new launches at the minute aren't in a great place. They're struggling to sort of get off the ground. And I mean that's the thing. If a new launch is legitimate and is launching this kind of market, then our centralized exchange is going to offer that sort of safe haven and an option to be able to trade and see transactions go through at a minimal cost. And if the project meets all the requirements and is trying to do things legitimately, like we've undergone, then offering that as an option isn't really something that we're seeing. And I think it's really interesting. I think it's definitely something that's needed in the market, especially if things are rocky like this. It's a alternative way to buy and trade these legitimate projects with without the volatility and having to deal with gas fees. Obviously, Ethereum network is by far the most popular network. And once you get out of that, once you get out of the Ethereum network, well, I don't want to say too much, it gets considerably more sketchy. So, I know what I should mention as well. We're looking to turn on buy tax by the end of Sunday. We'll put out a little announcement after this spaces and just give everyone plenty of time to know about that. And then we've got some events and some different things planned going into next week, so it should be exciting stuff.
Right. I just wanted to mention one more thing, because I think we could create some sort of I don't know, fear now. The thing that we are waiting for the Ethereum, we might wait for the Ethereum to come back, doesn't mean we're not gonna start, making our exchange right now. It also means we just need to speak with Tech Alchemists, find the best solution. We can ask them, for less developers working on the project in first month or something like that. So, the bill for the first month will be lower. We have few different options. And we just need to find the best one for everyone, for project, for community, and for our marketing funds.
Nice. Do we have a theoretical goal 5 years from now? Sure, anything could happen in those 5 years, but is there anything we want to aim for, perhaps?
I'll let Johan jump in. I've seen that he's unmuted. I'm happy to answer.
I'm just going to say top 5 centralized exchanges.
Yeah, top 5 definitely.
Yeah, and obviously we've said in the past that our main focus is getting this centralized exchange sorted and developed and polished and released and offering passive income to everyone. But then obviously we've got plans going forward as well, producing our own blockchain and various other things like this. We've detailed vaguely in the later stages of the roadmap. But yeah, definitely we'd like to take Kounotori, as a brand beyond just the centralized exchange. So there's a lot of scope for growth, and there's a lot of interesting things that we can do and take this to new heights. So I'm just waving goodbye to my to my nephews. They've just walked past. Yes. And I've forgotten what I was saying now. What's it? Yes, we can take this obviously beyond the centralized exchange and offering passive income. But as I say, that's the primary focus, and getting that delivered, getting a polished and efficient product. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, does anyone else have any questions? Let me just have a quick look on Discord.
I think eventually it's going to come to the point where we've answered everything 100 times. So a question I'm going to do is now on the reversal instead. So to the community member, lovely lot of you here today. And it's something I'm going to go over in a meeting on Sunday. But if you guys can think of like community engagement related events or anything that you would be personally interested in, throw them to me in a message, because I'm always looking for more options to make it more interesting for people, you know. And there will be the downtime sometimes in between, you know, development and everything that's going on. You always got notice board, you can see what we're doing, but, you know, in between that, it'd be fun to do stuff with people. Like I've got little game tourneys that I'm thinking of hosting, and there'll be like little prize pools. So that's something. But if you guys can think of something yourselves, that would be neat, and it would also be very helpful to me. So, you know, toss some things at me. It doesn't have to be like game related. Anything. Just, you know, hit us up. Be like, I've got this cool idea. Okay? That's all I really need. That's the last thing I wanted to say. So do that for me, please.
Hello, Jitters.
Hello, I apologize for being really late. My brother's little daughter had a graduation for kindergarten, and I just left.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome, man!
Yeah,
God.
I was
That's
taking
awesome too.
I was taking a picture with her at her graduation pictures while I had like the KTO symbol in the back, just to shill it a little bit.
Awesome. Brilliant. Yeah, no, we just we gave a little bit of a progress report and then opened up for questions. Yeah, it's quite a quiet one this week. Basically, you know, hang on, we've got a question here.
There was one question that popped up. I'm not sure if you saw it. It was on the Q&A channel. Is that one you already read?
Hang on 2 seconds.
Okay.
What's the minimum market? What's the minimum market cap we're looking into? Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, that's something we're still yet to determine. It's something we have spoken about with Tech Alchemy in meetings. But yeah, there definitely will be a requirement. Obviously, we've got a little ways to go yet. It may be that we throw out a figure and then end up changing it further into development. But yeah, there will definitely be a restriction as to account for like absurd volatility, to the point where it's not even worth putting on the exchange. As I say, you know, we're looking into whether or not the project is legitimate, whether or not they've got the proper safeguards put into place, whether or not their contract's been audited. If they haven't, then it's something we'll conduct. And then, yes, of course, there will be a minimum market cap as well as volatility on. Volume on trading will be something that we'll have to consider as well. But as soon as we have the final sort of figures for that, it's something that we'll specify in the centralized exchange document that we're going to release. And we'll continue to update as we progress. Let's have a look. When they ghost you. I just got it. Oh God, it's like 1,000 degrees here. We just had a whole bunch of storms, so on the back of it, we're seeing like this insanely ridiculously nice weather in the UK, or at least where I am.
Yeah, it's hot here too. I need to take my air conditioning from. I don't know. I need to find it first. I don't even know where it is.
Wait, Martin, are you
No, no, no.
feeling
Hang
ill?
on. Did this man just say he has air conditioning? You know,
Yeah,
in the UK,
that's
right?
that portable
No, no,
stuff.
no.
I bought it last year, and I was using it for like 2 weeks.
This motherfucker, an English person, has air conditioning. That's supposed to be America only.
I'm Polish, not English.
Last year was particular kick in the head because didn't we have like 2 or 3 weeks of sun, and we were sitting there thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be the best summer ever, and then literally just rained for like 3 months straight afterwards.
Yeah, it happens. It happens every year in UK.
And that's the thing, because I've got American friends and I've got friends like abroad, and they're like, why are you talking about the weather? What are you doing? It's like, no, it's interesting because we live on an island. It's so weird. You can't predict.
I mean, I buy swimming pool every year, and I use it for like 2 weeks, and it goes to trash after because I keep forgetting about it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. I don't know why for some reason I was speaking, but nothing was coming out. Martin, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, buddy. I was saying earlier, I'm ill. I'm pretty ill. I've picked up my nephews and nieces' horrible cold thing. So just slowly dying, but surviving. I don't know.
I mean, you can tell me where he lives. I'll go find him and teach him a lesson for getting one of our devs get under weather.
It's one of them things where you can. It's one of them rare instances when you know exactly when you got the cold, like the precise moment. And it was like in slow motion when they were like running up to me, this toddler, and then like splat right in my face as I turned around. I knew then I had.
Man, and it's weird because in the summertime you usually don't get sick. It's usually the wintertime, or in what they say in British. They don't call it. I think they call it, instead of winter, they call it what the Kuflipta time.
Wait, what?
I mean, British people have all these weird lingos, right? Like piss up and necking the liquor or something like that.
The pint.
Let's see. I'm jumping back and forth to see if the.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
I mean, I think we've covered quite a bit today. If anyone hasn't,
for here is.
I'll read this last one to you guys.
cool.
I see a major need for struggling tokens in the market that are amazing projects that need the chance to prove themselves. Can KTO be that chance these projects need?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what one of the main pillars of setting up the centralized exchange, and offering tokens that are trying to do things earnestly and trying to do things legitimately, as we did, and we set up, and as we continue to do. It's offering those early tokens that are trying to do something properly, a way of putting themselves onto an exchange that's also offering passive income, not only for our native token but for theirs, if they meet the requirements. And frankly, I think the requirements that we set up should be set as standard going forward. All these things in place just to ensure the safeguards and security, and avoiding the pitfalls of cryptocurrency that we see. And it's unfortunate that we see that bad reputation in the circuit that we're in, and that there are so many scams that release daily. And I think if you have that minimum requirement set out and those things in place that avoid those pitfalls and stop these scams happening, I think our exchange offers that, and offers, as I say, a safe haven for safe projects and legitimate projects. So yeah, on top of everything else that we're offering, that is one of the main things that we were setting out to do, is offer projects that are doing something properly and doing good for the space, as because it's clearly cryptocurrency has a place and is going forward long term going to be huge. You know, it's offering these new projects that, you know, start off as a tiny little acorn, you know, the space and the time to grow into a huge oak tree. You know, that's what it is. That's what we're doing.
Okay, this question was from a couple of days ago. I'm not sure if the person who asked this question will see this or hear this, but I do understand that there's a lot of talk about the KTO exchange basically doing what it can to have each new project meet these requirements so that you avoid rug pull scams, you avoid manipulation with any new tokens that come into the exchange. But are you still prepared for if like any other errors or failures can come at their from their expense, and a way you can work with that? Or do you feel like no, KTO is at this point in time it's very safe from any of that?
When you say this, sorry, are you referring to newer projects being listed onto the exchange and how we safeguard against that? Sorry, my phone was breaking in and out then.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, basically, you guys are taking every proper precaution possible so that any new token that's being listed won't won't be the new evil rug scam and sort of kind of like put KTO in a bad light. So with these safeguards, there's do you feel pretty confident that you're basically hit every note to be completely safe, or do you feel like no, we're still improving, there's going to be new problems to arise, and we will prepare for that kind of scenario?
Yeah, I think definitely, as we've stated in the white paper, you know, we will have accountability, and that's one of the benefits of having a centralized exchange and having that sort of setup as opposed to DeFi. Something that we talked about previously. So, you know, those sort of that's all protected and will be part of the documentations that they'll have to sign in order to be able to list on an exchange. So in terms of the safeguards, as we've talked about, you know, KYC, contract audits, docs developers, all these things that I think are necessary going forward will have to be in place. Conducted, of course, by certified companies who will look to go into future partnerships with when working with exchanges to get things done as efficiently and as productively as possible. But yeah, absolutely. Will there be accountability? Yes, that's exactly the reason that we're looking into being a centralized platform rather than decentralized. As we mentioned before, you know, you have multiple. There's so many examples of it. It's ridiculous where they promise, you know, 6,000 APY, and it's just based off nothing. You know, what we're trying to do is actually have something with an actual basis. You know, the money that exists backing it properly. So of course, yeah, when partnering with other tokens, it's not something that we're going to take lightly, and that will have safeguards implemented in the documentation that they'll have to sign once they sign up, and once they're able to make transactions live on the exchange with their partner token and receive passive income on the back of staking as well.
I know I made it at the end of this AMA, so I apologize. I know it's going to end in a couple of minutes, so I'll just ask this question here. Johan, when the centralized exchange gets released and it's public and we get our first token listed, are we going to get in a Johan ditch?
I'll make sure we'll have it. I'll make sure.
No.
And he's not gonna sleep this time.
Oh my god! And you know what? Have Cat join.
Oh no, that would be fun.
I mean, I know Cat is going to cover himself, but I'd love to see Cat drinking on cam.
I'd be well keen as well.
No. No.
Joking apart, it'd be really awesome to like have a proper meetup with everyone. We'll have to organise something leading into development at some point.
In
I think-
UK, of course.
The only person who has come close to seeing me is Onion Summer, and that's it.
But
Only
everything
person.
is UK, right? Scotland is UK. Ireland is UK.
The US is UK, yeah.
Also,
Yeah, well-
Kat, were you going to say something?
Did you say to me?
Sorry? Yeah?
What?
No. I don't know.
I don't know if he's speaking because his mic is like turning on.
What did you fucking say to me?
I tried to say something or what?
I don't think. I think he's just messing with us. But
my mom.
I'll let you guys handle it here, Gary. On.
Sorry, what? Because Kat was speaking.
Oh,
What did you say, Jitters? I don't know, because you are both speaking at the same time. I didn't understand the
I'd
word.
like to thank my
Oh.
dad for
Kat,
giving birth to me.
I
Kat,
can't hear Kat.
be quiet.
I can't hear Kat at all.
Yeah, Jitters, go on. Once again, please.
No. I can't hear Kat. I thought he was messing with us. Like he would turn his mic on and complete silence. So I was talking over him. Shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll let you guys go. I'm sorry for being late. My little niece at her graduation ruined everything.
It's fine, don't worry.
Yeah, that's awesome. No worries. Have a good time. And hey, congratulations to her. That's awesome.
Now time to make some vegetable food with my sister-in-law.
That's an inside joke. One.
Okay, guys. I think we can end it now.
Yeah,
So-
I think that. As always, if you have any other questions that haven't brought up here, feel free to put them into QA or save them for next week. Or message us personally or Kat or anyone on the team, and we'll happily get back to you. As I say, just to reiterate, we're continuing to work in the background. We're also accounting for multiple scenarios with the overall market. And we'll keep you updated with progress, and hopefully we can get started and get cracking on soon. I can't wait to give you guys some more development style updates, and as soon as we start we'll have TA back on here, and they'll work through what they're starting off in terms of development cycle and what they're building and how they're going about it and who's working on it. So yeah, absolutely, guys. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you in the Discord and the Telegram.
See you. Bye.
Thank you for coming.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.